Hello there. Are you working? Well, we have audio at least. Okay. We'll get the blue going. No camera today. My waifu is also playing, and I don't want to interfere with what she's doing. It is a bit of a problem because my alt is about caught up with me, which would mean that I may get into where I'm actually knowing what's going on before I start streaming. So what I might do is make a second alt so that doesn't happen. I'm playing too much on my own free time. Kobold missionary, huh? And moving on. All right. I like the idea of going to sleep whenever I log out. That's actually kind of neat. You already showed me that last time. That was a cool thing. What's that, honey? Ah. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Makut muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's bane, I mean Peter, what brings you to my humble resort? Feldman, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt amongst us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, man! If I'd known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy. A tragedy, I say. West, is it? Thank you, Mr. Gigeru. Your information will serve us very well. Sorry, west, is it? Thank you. Your information will serve us quite well. That said, there may be a number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks, and see if the witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I'd be most appreciative if you could travel off to Wineport and do the same. Kitty has lost his mind.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my gosh, I got all the zoomies.
Yeah.
I've got the zooms.
Yeah, Daddy. We understand.
It's like I ate and I felt so much better. This is so cool. I finished the main story quest, so now I can fly. Yeah, we should definitely check up on that. Maybe it's inside. Well, if it isn't Peter, the savior of Wineport. To what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly. I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Yes, I love you too, kitty. Yes, yes, he was petting me with his tail. Jungbar. Eh? You want to know if I've seen a Makatari lass by the name of Fulmin? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too long. Far too bloody long. Hello, shaman. Hello, shaman Lomani. Tell me about this lady. I see you've had a great many adventures since last we spoke, Peter. You must share them with me sometime. Ah, the girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom, native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her, follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. So if you pick up the Magitech, thing, it has Final Fantasy VI music, which is the best music. I love Final Fantasy music. So its mount music is not Chocobo, it's Final Fantasy VI. So, Flamin, you do know you were being attacked, right? I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gabu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and I am here to talk to you about important things. Flamin, Oh, I don't. Who are you? Who do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Uldar, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Asilla, is looking for you. Asilla? You're the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you're dead. I can only conclude that that is by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best of intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Ah, well, that does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lenoska aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, perhaps. Duh. All right. I'm riding a flying unicorn.
Oh no.
With sparkles. rescued yet again from the jaws of a ravenous gobu. How quickly we forget the lessons of the past. Oh, I was not solely to blame for this foolishness. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all of these years. I don't think this is as good as what I've got. It is not as good as what I got. Flamen has made her peace and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. I was going to say, she doesn't look very much like her. So you say my daughter awaits us in Vespa Bay, yes? I've kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I finished fashioning my perfume. Sorry, I can finish fashioning my perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the walking sands. Or is it waking sands? I can never get that right. Quest accepted. Let us enter the solar. Antecedent, you have a guest. Layman. Asilia. Asilia. That's the right voice. Aww. I haven't seen her like this in years, Peter. I truly never believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I could not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I've learned for the best. I have a gift for you. Oh, Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could always find you again following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble for me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Peter, however. I could not have made it here without him. Thank you, Peter. Thank you both. No.
So cute.
Mm-hmm. There is something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years, you kept it. My father was a member of the Alimaga resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Uldar. The accident, which claims his life, happened shortly after our arrival. It was Layman who took care of me then. She raised me as her own and taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history. Yet I fear I failed to grasp their implications. It is clear there is much I do not yet know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Layman as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I'm at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have ever hoped. You've succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that the words failed me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think about that which you've yet to do, of what it may still entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Uldar. Layman. Oh, you built it once, Asilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Mm-hmm. Alphanod, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vespa Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions, and send word to the students of Baldiston. Preparations must begin at once. Do. Shall we then? Alright, all these are lower level than what I have now. They're like super gear.
But they're lower level.
Than what I currently have, yes. It is all well and good that we've found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there's so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild's representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll could never have been established, much less much more heavily fortified successor. However, excuse me, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Arfinold, if I need concern myself with anything, it surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I shall submit that you instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll? It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanod, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions that must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so.
It does.
Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Pieter, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? Staffborn spoke of you in the most glowing of terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Galilean castrum? It's an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still would survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Though. So many of the voice actors I got for this game are British, and that forces me to use British accents and not most of them. Well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, Pieter. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much that you have done for us. And for me. Well, we will speak again, anon. Until then, take care. I'm deep in thought. Pieter, we're able to get some rest. I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphinaud has just returned, and it would seem that there's something he would share with us. Go. Oh, you're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And? Our friends, the Adventurers Guild, have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance on the ongoing defense and developments of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall be a new home in Mordana, the Rising Stones. Hooray. Oh, a bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny I come to look toward Tatteru's tales. So I've come to look forward to Tatteru's tales of our many guests and the many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passively poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they've each pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I've decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, antecedent? Well, if anything's a mere formality, our existence is quite possibly the worst-kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Hurrah! Well, obviously, risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have the right to know we saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which are lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great. I say no greater measure than this, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Hurrah. Still the denouement from ARR. There must be some way I can... Wait, this area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamen to teach me the basics of mining, too. Quest accepted. Do you ever wonder how it does it? Sorry, have you ever wondered how he does it? Alphanod, I mean. It's almost predictable that he should appear with the emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Staffborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Pietro. All right. Off we go on an adventure. Our next adventure. So from here. So let's check my journal. Rise and fall of the gentleman. That is in southern Thanalan. Can you squeeze through this? I think I can't. We're gonna try. Hey, I made it. You got those dapper zombies. Just do about practice. Cold Legion. Gentleman next. That's what that was zombies were saying. Alright. I picked up a curious parchment. To Camp Tribal. Come on, guys, let's get high. Mm-hmm. That was too low.
That was an interesting
Mount?
Yes.
Yes. Did you find the zombies? Oh, you did? That's wonderful. I've been busy, too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you see. So, tell me, what did you learn? If I'm this on the person. Oh. So you weren't able to make new friends? Oh, that's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Segoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south. And look, there's something written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. Well, that sort of reminds me of... Well, no matter. Let us see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward to the Segoli. Where I am, too. Okay. I don't think I misread the map.
Well, maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, then we strike.
Gentleman is rather than does. Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more.
Oh, up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector.
We hear and we obey.
It really is you. It really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand.
Hildebrand. It is Hildebrand of whom you speak. My name is Zombiebrand, devourer of brains, undead overlord extraordinaire.
What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord. You're a gentleman inspector.
Inspector, overlord, inspector, overlord.
Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense into that noggin of yours. I have bombs.
Stay your hand, my lady. You know not what you do. Even if the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more than liquefy my...
If crashing into the ground makes you forget, an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying.
See, even you acknowledge the possibility this plan will result in my... death.
We've got Looney Tunes.
Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu. I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution.
Ah, he remembers me. Inspector Hildebrand remembers me.
Yes, I remember you. My faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here.
I have problems. Excuse me, I have headache. It's a dark and stormy night. Who would have known that a place called the Lich Yard would involve the dead rising?
Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon, and... What is this place? And for that matter, who am I?
You about to have a thriller night? Because this is thriller night. No one's about to save you from the beast about to strike.
I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have awoken at last.
Oh, I always knew you'd come back to us.
Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine gentleman be? Could he perhaps be the one of many admirers? Or one of my many admiring? Oh, but it's this faint tingling sensation in my arm, this ringing in my ears, this dizziness. Could it be a case?
Let me grab some Phoenix down.
Amazing, isn't it? It wasn't just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't know even people could do that. Mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildebrand from his true calling.
Verily, it could not be else. Somewhere, nearly dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat, and I, the Sagoli Desert. I bet my life on it. Which means Rudar is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigative sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Back in the saddle again. Back where a friend is a friend.
Question folks on the steps of Nov. Agnes. Beg your pardon? You wish to question me about the whereabouts of that deviant running around town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. That's fine. It is your loss. Silver nettle time. What? Looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I can't remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about this goddamn duelist. Your mate's Pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard.
tooth.
Sorry, lad. If it's information you want, you'd best be served going to Wymond. The only rumors I've heard about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... What's up, Wymond? I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So, do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies?
Wymond! Hey, Wymond!
The almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen, and they're walking the streets of Ul'dah.
No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated.
It is true, he's not a zombie. I checked.
Aye. You do seem to be hale and healthy, which begs the question, how in the seven hells did you just survive that fall?
Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice.
Yeah, I heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts.
Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance.
Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden who said her most...
This knave assaulted a young woman as well. The audacity! I should fly to her side and gasp. Or if it isn't the gentleman from the Segoli. A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital. It shall be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away.
I'm sorry about him.
Oh, damn it. Hildy, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Wyman believes it would be best if you assisted Inspector Hildebrand with his investigation. Well, Pieter, you might as well go after him. I'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. Have you met Yellow Moon? I think we have. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. It's safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild almost every day. Good luck with the inspection, Inspector. That must be where I know her from. Hi. Lurking leech, huh?
Hello there, Yellow Moon. How are you?
My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you?
Priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind hears her sorrow, or bears its sorrow to her ears, his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause?
What in the world?
I swear to you, Here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all of creation with the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for your pure heart.
Yes, what he said.
And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft?
Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was one of the most recent items to be taken from me. I'm certain it was that I had left it home the other day, after I browsed the latest fashions of sunsilk and took it in a match at the Colosseum. I realized it was gone.
So the time and location of the theft are unknown. Essential details, without which we cannot solve this case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day's excursion to the Sunsilk Tapestries.
Very well. Just to make sure. Yep. Nothing to be done there. Sometime soon I need to check on my gear. Not my gear, sorry. My stuffs. How stuff's selling. That's what I'm trying to say.
Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question?
Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress, when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Well, naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled.
If I might be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember.
To the Colosseum.
Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember.
Like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating on which match to observe. That's the wrong voice, excuse me. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating about what match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 60 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
120 pounds. Oh, Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it is so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion.
There sure are a lot of giant crates in Uldar, at the Weavers' Guild and Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too. Tis a bit suspicious. These crates are everywhere, Pieter. I wonder what's inside. I don't see how we can open. Oh, of course, I have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun. Let's blow up these crates. Perspiring men.
They were hiding in
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you did something good.
Found some sweaty men.
At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken unto me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and as a man. Resenting her prowess while recognizing his weakness, he carries out a feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart.
Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking about town in wooden crates had it.
Huh?
It's not what you think. We're not thieves. We're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and our stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it for safekeeping. Nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve? Oh, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment.
Goddess? Devotees? Yes, but of course. That I had to inspect those crates was a stroke of genius. Indeed. I had you inspect them. Yes, I did. And I was elucidating but a moment ago. These fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts. As
those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist, and he only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation were as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator, agent of inquiry. I presume you're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure.
You'll be willing to share that precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. You'll see, he isn't evil. You can tell me, Ellie. Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. I suppose you are the imbecile's friend. You intend to help him? The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, a good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, so be it. I wonder what would happen when he discovers the victim is a perpetrator as well.
So the guy just runs off somewhere.
I'm off to my adventure.
It's like, wait, come back. I haven't told you. Okay, bye.
He may wander around going, okay, go right here and wait.
Mm-hmm. All right, first things first. Smoky Gamer Cat has sold 14 items since last week for 12,000 gil.
Wow.
Kitty says meow.
And so you made
Yes, Smokey. Smokey the gamer cat. Um, 544 looks good. This is the die.
Well, I need those translucent things.
These are things you can use for glamours. Yeah, I'll sell it. Sure. Woodland exploration has been completed. With gold and cabbages. Sure, give me a much better hatchet.
Oh, you're current.
Yes, he is. He's got the purrs, he's got the purrs, he's got the purrs. He's got the purrs. Excellent decision, so adventures are my specialty. And that will be done. And we have Happy Oaf. That's all you'll get from me. Hope it satisfies you. Alright. Looks good. Sure. Okay, I think I got it. Check adventure report. Some lion horns. Isn't what you asked for yet. Take it. Next time I have a meaningful task for me. What is my level of archer? Level 8. Yeah, that's the max. Seems my best archer gear is starting gear. I picked this up to get something with Redolent Rose off stream, so I guess that's the best archer gear.
Perform a menial task. Next time, I have a more meaningful task for me.
Okay. So what am I doing? Eastern Battle Line. Camp Photo.
The Immaculate Deception.
Hi, it's Humphrey. And you are?
At long last, I've caught up with you. I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I am told you're a victim of this marauding duelist.
Me, a victim. How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. Oh, you mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at the Cartonneau. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle was Master Lu. We were. Core, he was dab hand with the old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there was a limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That man is no warrior of light. To them, Elazar, tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own.
Scoundrel. I trusted that bastard with me father's blade and bid him take it to the smithy for restoration. Even gave him gil to pay for it. And he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel, as it was enough to set things right. Look at me.
Look at me, you bleeding horse, and look at me. My glowing locks are no more. I'm bald to the street. I'm bald to the street. That's this guy.
The golden locks are no more. Bald to the street due to this. I swear to everything holy, you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me.
All right, he beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the gil to pay for the children. I have no idea where he or the sword is.
All right.
What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what he wants to I can't give him what I don't have, unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim the legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector?
And what of Elazar's flowing golden locks? How of forsaking young Humphrey? Help this man he is wronged. We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar.
And Dad? What do you look like? Okay. Antique swords? Oh, I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant, Jojompa, is the one you ought to speak with. Assuming he hasn't left. Lolo.
That boy should be ashamed of himself. Robbing poor Elazar of a priceless family heirloom just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. I may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Elazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong?
Menegar. The Azar's sword? I mean, it wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. What's that, Jajompa?
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring, east of the Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords or sail at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe.
This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Eleazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, while we continue to search for the genuine article.
Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the most convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone.
Tusk, you should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me, I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost.
It's just such a good tune.
It occurs to me I have not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water, not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. Body is but an instrument, an occasional need of oiling. So come, my friend, come on, oil me up.
You are a weird fellow.
Ah, this comforting scent, as though I'm a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries. Knead the oil into my aching flesh.
They will massage you, but they will not enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, the pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently.
Massage Hildebrand again.
Oh, gods. Oh, gods. Oh, gods. Yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften. The warmth spreads. The pain becomes pleasure.
Well, let's massage Hildebrand again.
Right there. Yes, keep doing that. Just like that. Just like... Oh, yes. Now, once more with feeling.
Let's massage him again.
Never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good man.
Holy pot. Muddy Batman. Muddy Bottle, not Batman. Yet another muddy pebble. Okay.
Okay, good.
You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found?
Well, there's a worthless bottle and a useless rock, and also an irrelevant pot.
No sign of the sword Judge Alpo mentioned, I see.
Oh, now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? There's something caused you to... Oh, my words, it's an S word.
Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Bless me.
Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Udar and fetch you some new ones.
How thoughtful of you, Nasho. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eleazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find.
Yes.
Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Eorzea's woes will be no more. Or is it Eleazar? Oh, whatever. Let's go. It's enough to make you drop your controller.
This is definitely how white mages should travel.
Hello there, Eleazar. We've come bearing terrible news. As promised, I returned you your father's ancient blade.
Aye, it is, sir. Every chip and scratch, just as I remembered. God bless you, sir.
Never expected you would go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days.
It is common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul, and understands that none deserve to be forsaken.
Oh. Spoken like a true gentleman, although your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I brought you a change of clothing. Also a supply of tonic for the peddler I met at Pearl Lang.
Excellent work, Nasho. It would just bring me that case.
Hey, Simpson. Oh no. Inspector Hildebrand?
There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. It is supposed to be flattering.
No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him.
Yeah. A challenge for me. Oh, at last the curtain rises. Very well. If I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion.
Okie doke.
I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, accept your challenge.
He's incredible. So bold and majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light.
Yeah.
He is exceptionally something. Oh, Cor, Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Quite. The hair tonic work. Gave the old man a full head of hair. Instantly. Hildebrand. Thus ends episode 1 of Inspector. This is far from the strongest of swords. The duelist, I presume. Blue skies and the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? Oh no, this is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V, one of the best characters and one of the best character themes. His music is amazing. Quest complete. The battle on the bridge is fighting against him. Okay.
Challenge accepted. My worthy opponent you shall not claim. But let's call it what it is. Genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, if you wish to duel with weapons, not wits. This bridge hardly seems appropriate for a epic battle.
Hildebrand will return in The Three Collectors.
That looks like a movie.
Yep. Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried in the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of... no, it's gone. Never mind. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. Very. Ellie wishes to share her latest discoveries with you. Perchance you're curious about the duelist's declared target. It just so happens I've identified the weapon in question. The Treaty Blade is part of the Ashgardian Noble collection, or was, I should say. No, it has not been stolen. It's been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice to say, I'd be remiss in my duties as reporter were I not to investigate her, and should the duelist strike while I'm present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she is a difficult woman to please. Unfortunately, I'm also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort Taturu of Camp Drybone sells, the Tatusi of Camp Drybone sells. You can come along if you'd like. Yes, the game has definitely not been shying away from silliness, and hasn't been embracing it on occasion. That's Tatusi, I know her. That's the wrong person. Had a feeling you couldn't resist the pull of a good story. Since you're here, why don't you choose the authentic lavender to buy? Oh, here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? Gasp. It was you? Have you gone mad? That was an Omaja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Omaja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim would make a convincing merchant. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes, or at least wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because you took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he... Damn, I thought he did it for the money. You two, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for your help, Inspector. Well, at least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgardian's high houses. And some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildebrand, don't you think? I try not to think too much about Hildebrand. We should get going. Lady Dorelia will not take kindly to wilted flowers. All right. This is the time we went to Lonoska, yes? Beef. Zealous? Yellow jacket. Yellow jacket is in need of a yellow jacket, indeed. You there. Would I be right in guessing you're an adventurer? If so, I have a request to make. We've had reports of some charlatan claiming to be a blue mage. Whatever that's supposed to be. He could have a blue-arsed dwarf rat for all I care, but I hear he's selling so-called soul crystals for adventurers for a tidy sum. Apparently, they're meant to give a holder all sorts of mystical powers. There's a load of chocobo shite, according to a dozen or so dissatisfied customers. You see, spells and whatnot are really not really my field of expertise, which is why I want you to help me investigate. I need you to tell me whether these crystals are the genuine article. If they turn out to be fakes, I'll arrest him in charges of fraud, and you'll receive fair payment for your assistance. And if, by some miracle, I end up doing what he claims, you might be able to pick up a new parlor trick or two. So, are you in? Go. Very good. We'll receive word he's haranguing passerby near Summerford Farms. I'll see you there. Let's jump down the line. Middle Lanaska. And Western Lanaska. Man, there's a lot of places I could go from here. Let's start with Middle Lanaska. Got here just in time. Looks like he's about to make his pitch. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin, and today I present to you a wonder of the new world. I call it Blue Magic. Blue Magic is amazing from other Final Fantasy games. Beyond the Indigo Deep live the Wailee, who have their own unique brand of spellcasting. Like black and white magic, it draws on aether from its surroundings, but that's where the similarities end, my friends. You see, we've all seen wild creatures lashing out with fire, ice, and what have you. It's a form of self-defense, you see, but it's still magic. The Wailee discovered how to harness aether in the same way, and wield the forces of nature. But how, I hear you cry? It's simple. You have to tune your mind to the instincts of the beast. When a creature is driven to attack, you can see into its soul. When you overcome it in battle, you absorb some of its aether and make its power your own. Because it's not as easy as picking fights with local wildlife. But you Wailee mentors taught me well, and now it is my turn to teach you. Behold, the power of blue magic. But the 12, did you see that? I thought you'd be impressed. Now, before anyone asks why it's called blue magic, let me tell you. For the Wailee, the color holds special meaning, sacred even. And seeing as that this ain't white or black magic, it seemed like the perfect fit. I suppose you're all wondering what you need to do to become a blue mage like me. Well, for starters, you'll be wanting one of these, a soul crystal. And don't forget a specifically designed outfit to help you look the part. I'll even throw in one of the spell books, personally penned by yours truly, containing everything you need to know about learning blue magic. I've got enough of these for all of you, but you better snap them up before it's too late. This guy seems like a charlatan. Are you not really that dense? Can't you see he's playing you for fools? Drive the beast to attack, more like run headlong into battle with only a silly blue costume for protection. Of course, no one can claim it's fraud when they're at the bottom of some creature's belly.
We feast on your flesh, smoothskins. Your gods cannot save you now.
All of you, stay back.
No more. Please, spare us.
They never stood a chance. Fuck all this swords and shields nonsense. I'm giving blue magic a try. Of course, the problem is, blue magic starts out as the worst of all of the magics. And if you stick with it, it becomes completely OP and, like, unfair. But at the beginning, it's darn near worthless. There's definitely something fishy going on here, and the arrival of those Majol jars a little too timely for my liking. Come on, let's go see where he goes. A Mulja, huh? Looks like he's heading for the Morby dry docks. Follow me. Swan, the Adventurer Guild's representative for the local Lev quests in Morby Dry Docks, is seeking for an adventurer to take guild levs. Greetings, adventurer. I am Orwan, a representative of the Adventurers Guild. As the Lev stationed here at the Morby Dry Docks, I'm responsible for assigning the various tasks that come in from the beleaguered locals. The work is not necessarily simple or safe, thus I would first gauge the limits of your abilities by setting you a trial assignment first. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in the guild lev. Do you believe yourself up to this challenge? It shouldn't be anything I have any trouble with. Very well, let me see what you can do. Oh, before you begin, I have a word of advice. Acquire some cores from the lightning sprites. Use the cores on the crabs, and you'll soon discover which creatures have the big claws. Necessary cores for the fighting sprites. Use these cores on the crabs to identify and simultaneously weaken your guild level objective. Claw. And there we go.
task, have you? You only collect your reward then.
Speed of completion.
Performed admirably. No client promised assigning you further work. With the Maelstrom's warship under construction here, the military is eager to keep the dry dock safe and secure. I'd be glad to know a stalwart adventurer like you is around, cleaning up the problems one at a time.
Moravi Bay Labs unlocked. Alright, Zealous Yellow Jacket, tell me about Blue Mage stuff. According to one of the guards, this Maritin character has been skulking around the docks for a few days. Apparently, he's been begging for leftovers from the mess hall. Considering that he's making a guild hand over fist from gullible adventurers, this strikes me as more than a little odd. Anyway, he was last spotted making his way to the Salt Strand. Let's go. Let's see something else over here. Cadeas Ferryman.
Ahoy there, lad. You're keen to visit one of the island sanctuaries, I take it.
Maybe.
Bugger me, you're unaware of the fuss going around this whole affair. If you head southwest here, the island of Ildebrand, that is, you'll reach the Heldendays. Adventurers much like yourself have been granted the right to cultivate a number of the deserted isles there. Don't get your hopes up, though. Ain't any and all can go get themselves a permit or them sanctuaries. As far as I can tell, old project's still in its infancy, and the Admiral's bloody fussy about candidates. Tell you what, since I like ye, I'll take ye to this mate of your isle, safe and sound. Ye need only say the word.
Now visit the Isle Sanctuary if a party member, free company member, or friend who has unlocked the feature by speaking to Baldwin at the Morbay Dry Docks. You'll be unable to visit the Island Sanctuary if the owner has forbidden access to their island. There is no one in the island in question, or if the isle in question has already reached its maximum capacity. Furthermore, you must be an acquaintance homeworld if you wish to visit their island sanctuary. To unlock the personal island sanctuary, you must first complete the main scenario quest Endwalker and proceed through the quest seeking sanctuary. Okay. I don't know why I did that. That was the wrong button. Alright, Zealous Yellow Jacket. Just as I suspected, he is up to no good. Why else would he come all this way to a place just like this? Because Blue Mage things? Oh, not Blue Mage things.
Martin, you say you'll be less violent this time. That was very violent. Very violent indeed.
It all adds to the realism. And you lads did a great job. Your gods cannot save you now. Nice improvisation. That one bloke damn near shot himself. I think we've seen enough. Hold it right there. I am placing you under arrest on charges of fraud. Huh? Fraud? This is a big misunderstanding. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. The game is up, and the same goes for you two. I knew you were in cahoots from the very beginning. And as for those crystals, I'm about as convinced by them as I was by your acting. Well, say what you will about our sales technique, but there's nothing dodgy about the merchandise. I'll have you know I poured my heart and soul into those crystals, and the spellbooks explain how to learn the magic. Not my fault the buyers can't be arsed to read them. And if you're thinking about clapping me in irons over the outfits, not providing enough protection, I can assure you, they were tailored especially with the needs of a blue mage in mind. I admit I had to cut a few corners to keep the cost down, but still. It all boils down to whether the soul crystals are genuine or not. I know it's a lot to ask, Will you try this blue mage of his? Blue magic of his? Face the pulse. Come on, mate, don't be shy. Once you've learned your first spell, you'll know I ain't pulling your leg. I'll even let you borrow one of the outfits.
It's blue mage time.
Ah, yes, very fetching. Well, while you've been getting changed, Jedruja and Jedruja have been lurking around the place, cooperative baby Kraken to teach you the water cannon. The bait's been laid, so one should turn up any moment now. Run away! Run away! That's a bit on the big side, lads. Not to worry. All you have to do is give it a few licks with your patented blue magic focus, or stick, if you will. Our tentacled friend will return the favor by firing possibly quite painful jets of water at you. Oh, and try not to die. Okay. I mean, this doesn't look like it's going well. I like that. Impressive. After all that little escapade, you should be happy to file your very own water cannon. By the by, you don't, strictly speaking, need to be struck by the magic you're trying to learn. But that probably will happen, whether you want it to or not. In some cases, repeatedly. As long as you're the one the beast's after, its power should be yours, assuming you can defeat it. You see, that's what most people don't realize about becoming a blue mage. When you start out, you're like a blank slate. It takes a fair amount of reckless bravery to stare these creatures down and look into their souls. It's a shame that not all of my customers have your determination, but that's hardly grounds for calling me a fraud. You don't think he's telling the truth, do you? That's one way to find out. Can I shoot him with blue magic? If I can shoot him with water jets, that's true. Oh, now that that's settled, I'll be having my wares back, if you don't mind. What's that? You still don't believe me? Well, to be honest, man, I don't know what more I can do. Tell you what, why don't I give you a soul crystal, outfit, and spellbook for free? That way, as a fully fledged blue mage, you can act as living proof of my innocence. Does that sound fair to you? Quest complete. Blue mage unlocked. Open the Blue Mage spellbook under Character in the main menu to assign active actions. Blue Mage arms generally have no effect on your attributes. However, equipping armor and accessories can boost your intelligence, and it will greatly increase the damage dealt by your offensive magic. If you lose your Blue Mage gear, replacements can be purchased from Calamity Salvagers in Limsa Limonsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. Okay. Blue Mage's arm. Blue Magic. Rather than gaining new actions by increasing the level, Blue Mages learn them from enemies. To acquire an ability, you must witness your foe perform a specific attack before defeating it. The actions you learn are recorded in a Blue Mage spellbook found under Character in the main menu. All actions must be registered before they can be used. You may register up to 24 spells at once. Checking the box next to a spell will add it to the list of active actions. From there, they can be set to a hotbar. The Blue Magic Spellbook details the attack type and aspect of every action. You can also view hints on where to acquire spells we have yet to discover. In addition, if you use the Duty Finder to enter duties with level sync or item level sync enabled, the chance of acquiring spells from the corresponding enemies is significantly increased. Unlike most other weapons, Blue Mage arms generally have little effect on the character's attributes. We already said that one, didn't we? However, the intelligence gained from armor and accessories provides much larger increase in offensive magic damage compared to other jobs. Okay. Martin's freedom hangs in the balance, and only you can prove his innocence. Well, I suppose you'd better show this yellow jacket that getting smacked about by a mad kraken wasn't a waste of time after all. Just take aim at the La de Joule and fire off a water cannon. Eh? If anyone knows how a proper blast feels, it's him. Guys know he's been at the receiving end enough times.
Is this the only way? Please avoid maiming your tool too severely.
Open the Blue Magic Spellbook under Character in the main menu to assign active actions. There he is.
Painful, yet refreshing. Refreshing, yet painful.
See, I was telling the truth, wasn't I? Duh. Well then, we'd best get going. It's been a pleasure. Not so fast, you blue-haired twat. I'll admit, the spell worked, as you said it would. But you can't sell these soul crystals without adequately explaining the risks. It's irresponsible. Oh, some might even call it deliberately neglectful. You're not under arrest, but from this day forth you're strictly forbidden from peddling any more of your wares. If I hear you've sold so much as a blue handkerchief, I'll hunt you down and throw you behind bars. For your aid in the investigation, you have my thanks. Fare you well. I don't bloody believe it. Just as I was beginning to turn a half-decent profit. Well, that was quite the show, darlings. Neither black nor white magic, but something entirely new. Blue magic. Yes, it's sure to draw a crowd if you've amply demonstrated. And who might you be? The name's Royce. Royce? And I manage the Celestia Midilda. It's an arena where daring souls such as yourselves perform feats of bravery for the audience. Unlike the Colosseum, the vast majority of the entertainment pits man against beast, and the matches being brought to an end before either side suffers any serious injury. While our patrons revel in the thrill of combat, acts of wanton brutality and bloodshed are considered distasteful. Rather than savagery or slaughter, our appeal lies in the personas that our participants assume to add a touch of drama to the proceedings. However, I'm not one to settle for a mere modicum of success. My goal is to make the Celestium renowned the world over, and to that end, I have been searching for something truly unique. And that is what this word of this blue magic of yours reached my ears. Martin, my blue bundle of crowd-pleasing wondertainment. How would you like to be the very first contestant in the masked carnival? It will be an event pitting your magic against a host of bestial foes. Listen, this is serious stuff. I don't go through the trouble of learning all these spells to entertain a bunch of gulping spectators. That's the wrong voice. Sorry about that. Paying spectators, my dear. Some of them are quite wealthy, in fact, and you stand to earn quite a lot of coin.
Now you're talking my language.
Mm-hmm. I say, darling, where are you going? I was about to make you the same offer. I hate to burst your bubble, love, but my apprentice here, barely taking the first step on the road to becoming a blue mage, wouldn't want him meeting a grisly end in the middle of your arena, now would we?
Once I learn some more blue magic, I will win for sure.
That's the spirit. I'm in no rush, so take as much time as you need with your preparations. Perhaps you could oversee his training between matches? Train? That's not part of the deal. Oh, I'm not asking you to do it for free, my dear. Quite the contrary.
You'll pay me for that, too? Consider it done.
That's what I like to hear, Martin. Now, let's get you dolled off for the costume fitting. Come along. I have to wear a costume as well. I've got a bad feeling about this.
It could be worse. It could be in jail.
Okay.
To Alaport, be right back. I'm gonna get some coffee, and then I will settle down a bit.
And need to put up the cat's food. And get some more water. Goodness, I'm getting lots of stuff. I mean, it's midpoint of the stream. It's about the right time to do this. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, none of that did anything. Kitty, you're fine.
Kitty's like, I don't know. I'm so anxious.
Amanda? Amanda's hands are idle, but by no fault of her own. My first genuine assignment under Master Mimidoa, and now this. Whatever did I do to deserve such a fate? Oh, where are my manners? I am Diamanda, a smith recently employed of Nemage and Vermeges. I arrived at these parts on a few days past to assist in the restoration of Pharos Sirius. Little did I expect my arrival to be greeted with the God's Forsaken song, a song I thought confined to my worst nightmares. Yes, I speak of the grim serenade of the foul sea which has lured my poor father into a watery demise so many years ago. So I stand here with idle hands, powerless to avenge his death, powerless to repay my debt to Master Mimidoa, once my father's mentor, as he is now mine. The agony of it all. If only my brother were here, he would see to it that... Oh, but alas, my brother remains lost at sea. You're an adventurer, are you not? Perhaps you will defeat the siren. Yes, you must, if not for me, then for all the sailors who seek safe passage across threatening seas. seek out Master Mimidoa at the pier. You'll find him gazing grimly in the direction of Pharaoh Sirius, lamenting our fate. What's up, Mimidoa?
Yeah, another initiate, eh? No? Huh? Ain't no one says yes to that. You've been a familiar face, though. Come to think of it, you bear a striking resemblance to a brave lad I once met. Helped us chase one of the gods' damned sirens from Pharaoh Sirius, he did. What's that you say? Speak up, son. Years of hammer have taken their toll on my ears. Anyway, we may not yet be half the hero your predecessor was, but you know the saying, any port in a storm. Hey, that's right. Damned if I can tell you why, but that hell's-born hussy is back. And she's running roughshod over the place with a crew of her song-snared flunkies. Me and Diamanda. We've not to do but sit on our asses till someone cleans the place out. Look, this is more than a reclamation process for me, lass. That scurvy witch killed my father, one of me prize students. I swore a vow to myself that its name done proud to restore the beacon, but these hands were made for hammering, not scuffing with sirens. What say you follow in our forebears' footsteps and fight this one for old Mimidosa? I'll send word to David, the guard of the lighthouse. I'll tell you all you need to know.
Actually, before I go off gallivanting, set this as my home point, just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. Level 48 to do this one. That's easily solved.
If you've come seeking Fabrika Maelstrom, congratulations, you found her. Although I suppose in truth it is I who is seeking you. Camp Skull Valley overlooks the Saigon Four. The sea sulking hordes right under her bloody nose. We're darn against the rising, and we are the dam against the rising tide of savagery.
Rico would like to have a word with you.
I won't waste your time with niceties. As we speak, a ship is bound for Alaport, where it will be reproven. The ship carrying precious freight, crystals from the Isles of Umbra, which is set to consign with Maelstrom couriers. Yet loose lips have let the fishbacks gain wind of the plan. Were these crystals to fall into Sagian hands, it would bring them that much closer to reawakening Leviathan, a contingency we can ill abide. I ask you, see to the safety of the crystals. My subordinate, Urudu Ukuringan, awaits you at Alaport. Yes.
Hey, Corythius. Welcome. Trying to get all the ARR denouement stuff done. The coda, if you will, of ARR. Being able to fly is the best. Ready to pick up some pizza? Awesome. What kind of pizza you got? What does this person look like? I don't even remember. Ah, adventurer. Come not a moment too soon. The siren has holed herself up in a lectern, in the lantern chamber atop the structure. The most direct route would be to go through the front door, but I fear the siren is already wise to our intentions, and has posted the most formidable of her thralls to guard the entrance. Our only hope is to breach our foe's defenses and to attack from below, through the flood cellar. If you cannot win this battle for us, I don't know who can. Go forth, friend, that Pharaoh Sirius may shine bright anew. Little Caesar's stuffed crust. Oh, nice. Butter Parmesan crust. Oh, man, that sounds awesome. Pharaoh Sirius now accessible. All right. Since that's not something that is giving me an indicator, I'm going to skip that, at least for now. So my wife has just ordered some, was it Panera bread? Okay. So I'm going to have a chai tea latte coming. Good stuff. A little early for lunch. And Anna's getting the bagel. Anna's just a hunger wife. Yes, I'm just trying to get all these little indicators to go away. Yes. 10 a.m. here. Oh, yeah. That's right about where I'm at. Just an hour behind you. I take it you're the... Hold on, that's the wrong voice. I take it you're the scion that they spoke of. I'd imagined someone more imposing. Nevertheless, the ship won't be here for a while. We'll need to load the ship as soon as it arrives, so as to lend no license to Sagan and interlopers. You'll do the most to help at the pier. What's going on with you? Why so serious? I have to do Pharaoh Sirius to get that one to show up. Gotcha. I love the names of the missions here. What's up, Dawson?
And just who in Eorzea are you supposed to be? They hired an adventurer. No one told me about an adventurer. Well, I suppose you might as well make yourself useful. Bring the supplies from the wharf to the pier so the ship can be reprovisioned as soon as she docks. That should help.
Yes. Let me do your menial task for you. I mean, as fetch quests go. I'll hop on to do some roulettes. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. I mean, as fetch quests go, this is not very far, at least. Supply box to the pier. Supply box to the pier. This should be the last one. The peer review. Love the puns.
Yeah,
And I was farming ducats in Warframe to prepare for TechoCon. Oh yeah, TennoCon. Like coming up?
Well, you're a quick worker. I forgot my name. I forgot to tell you my name. My name's Dawson. I oversee every crate that washes up and ships out of here.
13 days. Okay, cool. 2 weeks.
Go back and let your Maelstrom masters know that this load is shipshape. No more for you to do here. No, sir.
One with a digital ticket. Nice. Makes sense. Excellent. You've done all you can do for now. Just make sure you're... Sorry, that's the wrong voice. Let me fix the voice really quick. Excellent. You've done all you can do for now. Just make sure you're prepared when it comes time for the ship to leave port. Your ships come in. Head over to the pier and see to it those crystals reach their destination.
So much easier with a flying mount. I swear the mounts in this game are the best. She's all restocked and ready to go. Hop aboard. If you think that's best.
Help! Serpent Reavers are at the gates!
Serpent Reavers? Those traitorous Horsens. Whatever in Eorzea could they possibly be doing here?
I cut bait in my cargo to escape with my life, but they're still out there.
Waiting for us to try and reclaim the consignment, no doubt. Luckily for you, this adventurer here is going to give those bastards what for. I'll hang back here and make sure no one lays their hand on the Maelstrom freight. The ship will stay docked until you've done taking care of the Reavers. Okay. Interact with this. There's one. Is that it? Okay. Only fast enough. And now it was a distraction, right? Ship is gone. Oh noes. Yep. What the navigator happened here? What in the name of the navigator happened here? You must be the adventurer the Scions sent. My name is Dawson. I was sent from the Eleven's Gate to oversee the freight here in Alaport, yet the freight is nowhere to be seen. Another Dawson. You mean to say an impostor has been handling this freight? And now the ship is missing. This was no mere prank. Treachery is afoot. You must notify Fabric without delay. Who could have foreseen this? After saying it myself. That's the wrong person. Adventurer, sure. How am I to be of service? Nothing.
Word of our folly has been beaten out to me. Word of our folly has beaten you out to me. So consumed were we with the dangers of the sagging at sea, we left ourselves open on land. Though the scalawaggery took place ashore, I haven't any doubt 'twas the Reaver's doing. We've pieced together the identity of our fraudulent freight bearer, the dread pirate dress and all. Something fitting that the silver-tongued snake calls the serpent's tongue home. The Sahagin we're prepared for, but not the serpent Reavers. We've steeled ourselves against the danger to the horizon, only to follow the danger at our very feet. Just in time for the pizza to be boxed up. Nice. Wrinkle will summon you to action. Serpent Reavers leave us no choice. The risk of the crystals falling into Sahagin hands is too great for us to remain idle. It has come time to act. So many of the crystals that we have no means of recovering them. We can only hope to destroy them. While losing the crystals is regrettable, we have far more to lose should Leviathan be summoned. Our forces will bombard the Reavers, drawing them out to their death, so we might slip into these makeshift bombs and destroy the crystals. The Serpent's Tongue lies beyond Tidegate and Sahagin land base, the very heart of the enemy encampment. Alright. Let's
talk to all these people. Azurdak seeks a sword hand, swift and stout. Serpent Reavers are pirates who take the Sagian's god as their own. Well, sorry, sure, a pirate offers prayers to Leviathan. Like all zealots, their fervors grow with their numbers. Subtracting 5 fanatics from their fold ought to dampen their fire for a while. That bears grim word for the accomplished adventurer. Beyond Tide Gate lies the Sahakian land base, whence the Fishbacks mean to launch an attack. Though we cannot forestall their advance, we might give them pause with a sudden strike. I'll need you to make 4th Sahakian serve as a cautionary tale for the rest. Kill a whole bunch of these people, got it. Well, needs a strong adventurer to eliminate the dread pirate Draskell. Have to hand it to the villain Draskell. He got my gall. Most men waited for 64 counts. Most men wanted for 64 counts wouldn't dare leave the safety of the Serpent's Tongue. No doubt he's scurried back there for it by now. It's only a matter of time till the crystals end up in Sagian hands, and we're all drowning in Leviathan's wake. Draskell's a cutthroat among cutthroats. He wields his axe with sharp wits and crushing strength. Needless to say, seeking him out and rendering justice will be far from easy. The Navigator, guide your blade. That's one. Two of those. Okay, there's another one around here. Just kill one more. Probably one more thing off my plate that I have to do. You're not going to let me do this unless I lower my skill level, aren't you? Dinosaur and Serpentine. Freaking fine. throws for healing. I have a couple of heals set up. I have the Benediction, Cure 3. I have a raise. I gotta destroy the box and get that's what maybe I don't want to join your fate. Did you ever consider that possibility? Salutations, fellow white mage. Polus fareth the adventures in Rome. Oh, you know. Adventures, excitement. White mage creates not these things. So far, I'm barely dying. Stubborn DPSs have you had to rescue yet? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I'm mainly doing main plot. Honestly, I haven't had any problems with people. Current count is 41. That is your foodlings, Waifu. Yep, I understand. Same thing happened to me yesterday when my wife said I love you, and I didn't see it because I was in the mission. Oh my gosh. Moving black mages with their sigils and dots. Nice. Well, you're welcome to stay for a bit if you'd like. I'm like I said, mainly going after plot thingies whenever I can. Ha! Here I feared I was sending you to your death. Glad you gave that rapscallion rascal his comeuppance. A man who can dispense justice will always have a place by my side. Well, maybe I didn't want a place by your side. Get the short end of the stick when it comes to mobility. Indeed. White mage has got to stay still too, but at least you can heal yourself.
I don't teach those reavers. They reap what they sow. Rest assured, the knowledge you've made the siege safer for all.
Cool. I'll take more monies, thank you. Oh, well done. Let us see how the fishbacks fancy that. Each day the hordes of slimy Hakin soldiers threaten to take our beloved gates. I pray the day never comes, but prayer alone will not suffice. Thanks to you, today will not be that day. And more monies. Ellis requires you to supply the lines of Tidegate. Oh my, this is very warm. They must have just come here. Guarding a well. Oh, I missed that bit. This task will be entrusted to the brigades of the brothers Limonin and Shogun. Yet I fear they hold each other in esteem far from the fraternal, bickering over the slightest of unintended slights. And so I need ask an outsider, namely you, to bring provisions to Novodun of the north side, and sorry, the south side, to allay the appearance of impropriety. Start casting a burr. For the tank for tank privilege. It is nice to be a tank and just like tell everyone we're going this way, and they're like, well, I don't want to. It's like, well, I'm going this way, and if you don't come with me, all of you will die. It's like, okay. Get to stand in stupid and not die. Indeed. We've set aside 2 perfectly equal sets of rations for them, though you'll likely have your hands full convincing them of that. Alright, Storm Commander, what's up?
Our triumphant hero returns. And I imagine it'll take some time before the Serpent Reavers and Sahakin rear their ugly heads again. More importantly, we needn't worry about Leviathan rearing his head. The Maelstrom, and indeed all of Limsa Laminsa, owes you a debt of gratitude. Yes, that one will be perfect. And please send my regards to Radolf.
No, you mustn't. Oh no. No. It's all fine. Alright. So we are heading where? I'm heading over here. Very rarely stand and said stupid intentionally. But you can, that's the point. It is nice to be able to just tank an attack. As a healer, main, that pains me.
You've come looking for Shawrit. You found him. And what of it?
I have foods.
Ah, what is this you've brought us? Salted fish. You insult my men with brine-soaked brittle. My brother dines on the fresh fruits of the sea.
Tanks so do dumb shiz like that, I usually let them die. Let me see the rest here. Wants to learn their mistake. My ult is a tank, and I just die. I try really hard not to, but I do on occasion. Time I did Temple of the Qualm the other day. Two instances where I willingly stand and stupid as a tank. Tank doesn't know about the Doom mechanic. When I even told everyone beware the Doom before we entered. I've been there. I believe I got doomed to death also.
I am Nomadin, adventurer. What business have you here?
I have food for you.
Ah, rations. An adventurer bearing rations is always welcome. I cannot help but think that bear even more rations for my brother's men.
Yes, you guys really despise each other. We get it. I do love the Warrior of Light barding for the Joker, though.
I take it you witnessed their silly sibling rivalry firsthand, and now understand why some wonder whether the two can cooperate long enough to hold the wall. But nothing unites like a common enemy. I have no doubt the brothers will set aside their petty differences when faced with a greater danger. And then at times I feel like a friggin' mentor. All these newbies and